Good morning, Facebook family. I'm so
Good
excited
morning.
and glad to join with my cohort, my left hand, right hand man,
Compadre.
my compadre,
Battle.
Mr. Jerry Courier here. I am Eric Grisham, your host for this wonderful Facebook Live as we talk about the challenges, address some of the issues and concerns, and the endeavors to
Everything out there, just we'll talk about everything.
exactly. See, you
So-
know, apparently I'm having issues with my English and my
That's
languages
okay.
today. But thank you for joining us here at Facebook Live. So since we began this Workforce Live, we've talked a little bit about resumes,
Mhm.
finding jobs, follow up, doing your part. We've talked about looking for employment post 9/11.
I like to say, I thought it was how to stay motivated through all this.
Yes, yeah, we've talked about,
These
one of the
challenging
biggest challenges is staying motivated and optimistic
Mhm.
through this craziness of job searches, and not just the craziness of the job search, but the craziness of this pandemic world we live in. The uncertainties, the tension, the stress. It's definitely been an interesting year.
Apprehension. Yeah, well, it has. I saw on Facebook the other day, I thought it was kind of funny, this little walk bridge over this ravine, there's a big crocodile on it, and they're like, yeah, this is like trying to get to 2021. You gotta go
Yes.
through this crocodile.
You gotta go through the monster, yeah.
It's true.
It's been crazy.
Well, but before we get going, I just want to say, we were out at Wilcox. I want to say that
Oh, yes.
that was really, I had a blast.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. It was nice to be able to set up a booth and
Be outdoors.
be outdoors
And-
and talk to people.
So that was the first time since,
Oh,
when was,
man,
you've done something like that? Almost a year?
yeah,
Yeah, because we've been doing COVID almost going into 8th month, something like
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
It-
Yeah,
it's just amazing. It's
Yeah,
been interesting.
and it was definitely nice to get out and about and to interact with people
Yeah.
and socialize.
Didn't
almost-
know what to do.
I almost forgot what it was like, It's like, hi, do I shake, hug,
Wait a
high
minute,
five,
hold
fist
on.
bump?
What do I do, Eric?
Exactly.
How do we do this? I'm scared.
Where's Google? Where's Google?
Doing all this.
Surrey, what do I do
Yeah.
when person approaches me with their hand out?
How do I say good morning?
Yes.
Social distancing Siri. Dang it, Siri.
Exactly. So, it really was great. Hopefully we can do some more,
I hope so.
some events like that. I
Mhm.
noticed they have a Christmas thing coming up there in Wilcox.
And it's nice because, we're not the size of Tucson or Phoenix
Yeah.
big, but it is kind of neat to get out and about and to going more rural into our communities because it's a whole different mindset.
Yeah,
And
it really is.
hearing, all sides of the spectrum, and to say, well, a lot of positive things have been going on in Wilcox, businesses, and then COVID hits, kind of slows it, disrupts it somewhat, but they're prevailing.
Yeah.
They're hitting the ground running and they're attacking
Yeah,
it. And
still moving forward, which is great. And,
It is.
especially when the community comes together to help its own.
it does.
know.
It's fascinating.
It
It
is.
really is.
So as we get started today, we want to we're going to sort of shift gears a little bit, and we're going to start talking the rest of this month a little bit about some of the resources and some of the assistance that Arizona at Work, Southeastern Arizona provides for job seekers and businesses. So today we're going to talk about keys to success, training to help you in your search. So KEYS stands for Keep Enhancing Your Success Program, which is a program we have here. We offer some free classes to help those job searchers. Now, of course, me and Jerry were talking, we're going to bring it up to the hierarchies, maybe some changes, but we're not going to dwell on that. We'll, let you know more about it as we work through these. But as we've said before, we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
Let us know, send us comments, questions, feedback, concerns. Let us give you a shout out for joining us. Today we've got one sponsor, and we're going to talk about Professional Youth Quest. Well, actually two sponsors, I'm sorry, and Vision Quest. So, as we've mentioned before, and we're gonna keep talking about this because we have some, funding for some of these young people.
No.
Yes.
You have money to spend?
We have
No
money
way.
to spend, you
It-
know.
Does it come with strings attached?
Nope, no strings
No,
attached.
You don't have to pay it back?
No.
Oh,
No.
so, oh man.
What are you waiting on, Jerry? Fill
I
out the
know.
application. I mean, come on.
Let's get that money, go to school.
So, you know, here at Arizona at Work, we have an awesome youth program. The Department of Labor says a youth is someone from 16 to age 24.
Ugh.
I know, I missed it just by a
I
year.
know. Oh, I hated it. Just bad luck,
I
damn.
know.
Damn. Oh, I hate this year.
If it would have been a year earlier, I would have had hair and qualified.
No.
And I mean, you know.
I just want to say you rock it though.
But you know
You
what?
rock
I
it.
heard today on the radio, today is Bald and Free Day. Yeah.
Ooh, whoa.
So, yes,
Go your bad
that
self,
is
Eric.
me. We're going to celebrate with a bald cake.
What?
So the Professional Youth Quest, this is a great program and it's an opportunity. We have some paid internships to offer high school students and college students that fall in that 16 to 24 age range. You know, they've got one qualify as what's considered a low income by the state of Arizona, and they must be in some kind of school or training program. So if you know anybody that would fall into that would benefit from this. So our internships, basically, at least about 100 hours and can go up to more, on a case-by-case basis. But businesses, this is a great opportunity for you to help the young people, the youth of our communities, to get their hand into the workforce and learn a
And I
little
think it's an
something.
interesting question, like you're saying with the businesses. You know, and I hear this a lot in working in a resource center or out and about. Is so say you have an unskilled worker,
Yeah,
and that question, how do I get these skills? How do I do this?
exactly.
Well, here you go.
Exactly.
We'll give you the
You know,
tools.
this is a great opportunity, not only for the youth, but for the businesses, because we'll pay for the wages up to 100 hours, maybe more.
Nice.
And they in turn are building the community. They're teaching these kids some skills. Now they have something to put on their resume. Now they have some learning. Is that Big Ben?
Yeah, it is.
I feel like I'm in London already.
I know. I
Good
hate
day.
that. Good day.
So, yeah, I mean, if y'all are interested, for those in the Sierra Vista area, call 520-459-9309, ask for Leanne, and those in the Douglas area, call and ask for Angie at 520-364-8926. And like I said, businesses or family members or even some youth that are interested, and this is a great opportunity, I mean,
And if you don't reside in Cochise County, do a search on your local workforce, and every county's different, every state's different, and just find out if they do have something for youth.
but, you know, although most of them are different, a lot
Yeah.
of them are very much the same too, you
Exactly,
know.
exactly.
Most of them have a professional youth quest under the Workforce Innovative Opportunity Act, so, you know,
That just sounds so amazing when you say that.
well, thank you. That's right. The Workforce Innovative and Opportunity Act.
Sounds pretty awesome.
So maybe next time I'll try my Smurf accent.
No, don't please, Eric.
So, and our next sponsor we want to give a shout out to is Vision Quest. Vision Quest, their mission is to take care of children no matter the circumstances. Vision Quest believes that every child deserves respect, a safe environment, a loving home, and has nearly 50 years of experience providing a trauma-informed, sanctuary-based practice. So they're opening up a new facility, transitional shelter in Benson, to serve about 48 at-risk Spanish-speaking boys ages 12 to 17. So they're hiring for about 60 staff for a 24/7 schedule. So if you're interested, give me a shout out. Let me know that you want more information. I can send you to their site and provide you with information of how to apply, what they're
Nice.
looking for. They're going to need some clinicians, some behavioral health specialists, and some of those with a higher education than I have. So, by all means, if you're interested, make a difference in these young people's lives as well. So now, as we get started, we want to welcome you once again to Workforce Live with Eric and Jerry, E and J. In the morning. So, what is the K.E.Y.S program? Once again, so it's basically keep enhancing your success. It's a program that we have here at our One Stop. Provides additional training, free training services to help folks in their endeavor to be employed.
And I know, and I kind of wish people take, a lot more people take advantage of this, because
Yes.
it is an interesting program, because, working in this career field for a very long time, talking to people, doing an interview as an example. I hate interviews. I'm just, it's easy to get down the rabbit hole in an interview.
Yes.
It really is.
Yes.
It's just totally mess it up from there. But it's also nice at the same time, because we've done this in the past, as with the interview, hold mock panels, stuff like that. And the mock interviews are not fun. I mean, they put the heat on them, but they want them to say, hey, look, it's not going to be as bad when you go to your one.
Yeah.
Let it be tough here. Versus, and hopefully when they go
Survive the heat.
Exactly, you'll be fine. You'll do great.
Yeah. So, and one of the first things we do in these K.E.Y.S program is we encourage everybody, and I really think everybody that is interested, even a slight thought of interest in Arizona at work, I really would say come to our introduction. The introduction workshop is where you can come in, learn more about our services and all things offered here in the Job Center. Learn more about what Arizona at Work, Southeastern Arizona can do for you. Learn about who we are, where we're from, how we came to be, the workforce grants for education and training.
Yeah.
That's where it all starts, is at our introduction workshop. And anybody out there that is interested, I welcome you to come in. It's Monday through Friday. They start at 9 o'clock. We ask you to be here 10 to 15 minutes early, check in with the front desk, and come in and just learn. If nothing else, learn about who we are and what we can do, even if you're not sure you need any of our services at the moment.
And you're right. And I've heard you say this time and time again, just about everybody that we work with, we used to be the best kept secret. We don't want that no more.
Exactly.
We want you to know
Exactly.
who we are.
Come in and find out about who we are, learn about us. And you may find out something that is really beneficial to you or a family member,
Especially from the training aspect.
Yes.
That is a huge one. Like for certifications, we get that all the time. If you qualify for a program, why should you have to pay for it out of pocket? There's funding out there to assist you.
Yeah, I mean, there's several different ways to go about it. So come by,
ask,
learn, find out more about us. I challenge you, each and every one of you that hears my voice, that watches the first part of this, even if you don't watch the whole thing. I challenge you to come check out our introduction workshop.
And I don't know if this is true, but if a client comes in here, you give out free autographs, don't you?
I do.
So, hey, if you're going to come in here.
And I'll even take a selfie with them.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, you can't beat that. A selfie with me on Bald and Free Day.
What?
Exactly.
Can I get a what?
Yeah.
So with the K.E.Y.S, Eric, so explain. Kind of go over overview of some of the programs available.
Okay. So like one of the classes we talk about, and as we mentioned, keep enhancing your success. If you think that you've got it all figured out and all down pat and you've got all the answers, then more power to you, because
that's amazing.
I really don't think it's possible.
No.
I was always taught we should learn something new every day. We should try to learn and broaden our knowledge.
Exactly. And and I know we keep beating it up, but especially with COVID, things are changing
Yes.
so drastically the way we conduct business now. So with the K.E.Y.S program, not only are you being given classes on resume building, all this other stuff, but also up-to-date information as
Yeah.
far as
Yeah.
virtual,
Trying to give the latest and greatest of what's out
Exactly.
there. You know, we're like news 6 at 6. You know, so you know, one of the classes we offer is interview with confidence.
and-
Now, like I said, everyone's required. Everybody needs to come and do the introduction anyway before you can attend any of these classes. But I mean, how many of you out there have? It's been years since you've had to write a resume, or years since you've had to do an interview.
Exactly.
You
No,
know.
you're right.
Especially, you know, soldiers coming off of active duty, or even Guard and Reserve. I mean,
Well, yeah, and from that perspective, you know, when I left active duty ETS, you know, I had done so many years active duty, and so I truly felt that once I got out of the military, stopped wearing my uniform, piece of cake.
Yeah.
Oh, was I so wrong?
yeah, exactly, exactly. I mean, you know, interviewing with confidence is one of the classes I was talking about, and you know that is. There's a lot more to it than most people realize.
No, you're right.
You know, and I talked about this last week on the show about interviews, and some people are just blessed with the power of gab.
I
You
hate
know,
interviewing.
they can talk all day long, they can tell stories, but just because you can tell a story doesn't always mean you're cut. You know, you've got the interview down, because, like you said, you can go down, you can take yourself down that rabbit hole a little
Yeah.
too far,
And you're done.
and you know you done crossed the line.
And there's so many different ways to interview, from panels, one-on-one. You might have a couple people interviewing. In panel interviews, if there's more than 3, I hate those.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
we may be able to have a nice little interaction, but then you have that person down here that is just straight to the point, and you're like, oh my God, I just totally screwed this up.
Or you have that Karen out there that just makes it look tough for you.
Mhm.
You know, so when you come in for the interview with confidence class, you're going to learn the 4 parts of an interview. You're going to learn the basic interview practices. Learn how to negotiate and ace the interview. You're going to learn about first impressions.
Yep.
First impressions are so crucial. You
They're
know,
a mug. They really
Yeah,
are.
they
They'll
count.
make or break.
you know, and then of course, under the first impressions, we're going to talk about dress to impress.
So first impressions, I think, is a perfect example. So you go into an interview, you check in with the receptionist, let them know that you're there for an interview. Why be rude?
Exactly.
Or why be just antisocial or whatever?
Yeah.
Because that person that is checking you in it's like, ooh, this is what this person
Yep.
did. So when you walk through those doors, you better be on your A game.
Yeah, and you know, and I talked about this last week, is one of the things is when you go to an interview, be considerate, polite, and courteous to everyone, from the parking attendant
to
all the way through the janitorial
Exactly.
to whatever, because you never know who the employers are going to ask for input.
or who that individual is.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You may not always know who that individual, you know, that undercover boss.
Yeah, you never know. You don't know who you're talking to.
You know, and interviewing with confidence as well, we'll talk to you about attract versus distract. So, you know, you don't want to go in there and be all decked out and gold chains and everything.
Wearing all that bling.
Yeah, or tons of makeup, or tattoos,
Or taking a bath in cologne or
Yeah.
perfume.
You don't want to distract them from the purpose or what the mission is, and that's trying to get you a job. You want to attract their attention to you. You want to attract them to what you have to offer.
Exactly.
So those are some things we talk about through interviewing with confidence. And, you know, I think everybody should go through a class like this.
They should, because to me, it's very valuable information.
Yeah.
Because, you know, some people, they get up, they throw their suit on, or they whatever, they come in, they go to the interview, and they just knock it out.
Yeah.
And they start working. Some people, it is a challenge
Yes.
because it's outside your comfort zone. So we'll say that you don't work with a lot of individuals. because of your career. If you say you're just a numbers person, as an example, you may not interact very well with others, but you're really good at your job.
Yes.
But for that 10 to maybe 30 minutes, you better be on top of it.
Yep. It is a very challenge. You know, you got folks out there that are very introverted.
Mhm.
They, you know, I had an intern and great at what she was doing, but you know, her dream job was to work behind the scenes and not have to deal with a lot of people.
And that's amazing. It
And
really
that's
is.
great, but like you said, you got to get through that interview.
Yeah, and it can
And
be
that
challenging.
can be awkward, you know.
I've done that a couple times. You're like, I didn't get the job, didn't know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna leave now.
Thanks for not stoning me while I'm sitting here. You know, and then so you know, another class that we offer in our K.E.Y.S program, and if you notice, every one of these classes is geared to enhance
Mm-hmm.
and to make you more successful.
Exactly.
You know? So one of them is effective job search. Learn how to submit resumes and applications online. That can be a challenge.
Because it's frustrating because, and I see it all the time. Say you just want to apply for Walmart. A lot of people don't pay attention to when they click on that link.
Yes.
They're not paying attention. And so at home, I don't know how many times I've heard this, I get all these ads and this and that. It's like, well, I'm not being rude. You weren't paying attention.
Yep. You clicked the wrong thing.
Exactly. And it's an honest mistake.
It is. It is. Well, you know, and then the biggest challenge is, especially with resumes and applications online, so many people nowadays use their phones. Everybody wants to use their phones. It drives me crazy. I can't stand it.
It does.
One, because I've got these big monkey fingers that hits all the wrong buttons.
Damn these fingers.
Yes. Or the screen's too small and I need to see more because
Yeah.
you don't always
you're
get
right.
to see everything.
And in order, so a lot of times, like a client will come in, hey Jerry, I need help with this, but I don't know. So they show you on their phone, and it's like, so
Yeah.
it's frustrating.
It is. But so many people are doing that nowadays. You know, they're going with the changes. And what you pull up on your phone is not always exactly the way you would if you pulled it on a computer or a laptop.
No, you're right. Absolutely right.
Even basic searches under Google or whatnot can come up differently on your phone than on your desktop or whatnot. So, you know, effective job searches, you know, we're here to try to help you work through these challenges and some of these questions because, once again, a lot of people do use their smartphones and a lot of people fail miserably sometimes with applications and sending resumes because it doesn't work all the time the way it would if you were at a computer.
No, you're right. And since March, when we started this amazing experience called COVID, it's been very fascinating because like you said, we've dealt with all kinds of people, you know, that rely way too much on their cell phones. They do everything on it. It's their whole life.
Yeah.
To maybe their iPads or whatever, which is great. But there's a lot of issues that can be created by that.
Yes. Yeah, and not every program is compatible
Exactly.
with your smartphone or your iPad, you know, so it's a challenge. And that's what we're here for. We're help to overcome some of these hurdles and try to make it a little bit clearer
Right.
and effective on how to do these things, you know. Another effective job search we talk about is the networking, which me and you did a segment on, and just how crucial networking is. And it
Very
doesn't have to be
crucial.
anything over dramatic or whatnot. It could be going to a board meeting. It could be going to a organization picnic or just a gathering for a chamber or something like that.
And there's nothing wrong with having a network in place for you, especially when it comes to your job searching.
Yeah.
It's very important because you know, I don't know how many times be sitting there, the kids will be, hey dad, blah, blah, blah. What about, you know, how do I do this? And it's kind of funny. It's like, well, do you realize where I work? You know, I just come in, we can help you.
Yes.
But build that support structure, that network for
Yeah.
job searching or just everyday life, because you never know. I may come to you one day and say, well, hey, Jerry, did you know blah, blah? No, I didn't, Eric. Well, why don't you go do this?
Yeah.
It's just really important to have
Yeah.
that in place.
And we also talk about the pluses of assertive job search techniques. There's certain, part of it is knowing who you're applying for.
Mm-hmm.
And there's certain techniques that you can use for some organizations, maybe not the other one. But we're here to help teach you with that.
Exactly.
Share with you some of the tips and the tricks that we've learned over the years and our organization has put together to help you be successful.
And I think the biggest thing, and it's kind of frustrating in a way, because you'll be working with clients and they just rush through it. And it's like, hey, look, slow down.
Yeah.
Take your time. Pay attention to what you're reading on the screen. Make sure it's the right link.
Yep.
If someone tells you to go apply for a certain position at a certain company, make sure you write it down right.
Yes.
And it's very crucial that you do that.
Yes.
And those are common mistakes people make.
Yep. And we're here, part of what we do is learn from other people's mistakes. And we share, we don't give out personal information, but we share some of the stories that we've experienced so that you won't have to. One of the other classes we offer is resume coaching. Learn about the role of the resume in your job search activities. Choose a format which is best for you, resume guidelines, and then target your resume to the desired job. Now, me and Jerry did a whole segment on this. We went into detail about some of this. And
I think we went down a rabbit hole on that.
But the sad part is no matter how deep down the rabbit hole we went, people are still trying to do the cookie cutter.
And I know, won't dwell on it too much, but I think it's really important on a resume. I mean, everybody has an opinion, and
Yes.
and that's fine. People be prepared to take constructive criticism on your resumes, please.
Yes.
Don't be offended, because our job, we want you working. We really don't want you coming back anymore.
Exactly.
We want you working. But it's just.
Now, if somebody is rude to you, then yes, you have
Yes,
every
by
reason
all
to be
means.
upset. But if somebody's sharing constructive criticism, because one of the things I've learned more than anything is it's great to have someone else there. One or
Exactly.
two, some extra set of eyes, even extra opinions and input to talk about what are some of the skills, what are some of the.
Exactly, and one of the things I always ask clients, and I'll tell them, hey, look, my little spiel, I have my resume spiel, and I always ask them, and I tell them, if your resume is getting you to the interview, awesome.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing, it's working. But, and this is what kills me sometimes, it's like, well, it's not helping me, no one's calling me back, or whatever, then it's like, okay, maybe it's your resume.
Maybe you should take a step back and look, yeah.
And let's do that. Let's do that
Exactly.
together, and we'll see what we can do.
Exactly.
If it doesn't work, then
And
we'll
that's
try
what,
something else.
and that's the beauty of some of these classes, or all these classes we offer. It's not that we're here to beat anybody up, but we're here to try to teach and give you some pointers and insight to help you be successful. We're not saying you're dumb, and we're not saying you're foolish. We're just saying, okay, you've tried it this way. Let's look at it from another perspective.
Let's just kind of take a couple steps
Yeah.
back, and we'll re-engage at that point.
Benjamin Franklin tried hundreds of times to create the light bulb.
Exactly, and eventually it worked.
Exactly.
Thank God.
And he said, I found out hundreds of ways not to.
Yeah, it's interesting. It really is. I love talking about resumes because it's such a diverse discussion. We did it that way. There's multiple examples of them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and sometimes there's too many.
I know. Some I've never even heard of.
Yeah, exactly. Moving on with some of the classes, we offer job applications. This is the most frustrating part for me, is because I have all these jobs I post out there for businesses, and all these people that reply they're interested, or they want to. And a lot of them think, oh, I applied through Facebook. Well, no, you showed you're interested.
Yeah.
Then I sent you an application, or I asked for your resume, and then I never get anything back.
Well,
So, yeah, sometimes job applications can be
Well,
irritating.
my pet peeve, is if I receive an application and I'm looking at it and all I see on there is see resume.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put it to the back.
Yeah,
You know,
I actually reached out to one of the businesses that I applied for, and I sent them a list of names of people that reached out through Facebook, interested in the job. I sent them the application, and a couple of them, they said, well, we got their application, but all they put was their name and contact information and left the rest of it blank.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like, well, no wonder you're not gonna get a call back.
No,
because,
exactly, exactly.
You know, take the time to fill out those applications, and if you struggle with it, we have people here at the workforce that would be glad to sit down with you and
And-
go through the application and help you fill it out.
You know, and what's nice too, especially digitally, you know, a lot of them are fillable online, and
Yeah.
it makes things so much easier. You don't have to fill them in by hand, type them in. But yeah, and it's kind of funny because for the most part, everything's done online. There's still a lot of people out there that love the paper application.
Oh, yeah.
We have them in our office.
Yeah,
And it amazes me is that a lot of people don't know how to fill out a paper application.
Yeah.
They're so used to.
exactly. And we're here to help, but
Yeah.
it is true, it's true. We get so caught up in one way of doing business that we forget some of the basics of the other
Exactly.
way. You know, and in our class for the job applications, we'll teach you some of the job search etiquette, some of the do's and don'ts.
Mhm.
Don'ts, wow. Uh,
We're gonna get through this, Eric. It's
I-
okay.
I
Just
am changing.
Slow your roll.
I am slowly changing. You know, you can discover how to successfully answer sticky questions or even talk.
Yes.
Learn how to successfully complete online applications, which that itself can be a challenge, you know.
Exactly. No,
Even,
you're right.
You know, just like we were talking about earlier, a lot of people like to do things on their smartphone, but sometimes the smartphones are not compatible with some of the
No,
formats that the applications are in.
Well, I know in some cases, we were having issues a while back, maybe about a year ago. The whole Social Security thing. People would say, hey, look, I've been trying to get this done online, on my smartphone, blah, blah, and wouldn't allow them to type in there, it wouldn't recognize.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and you know, and even through our classes, we'll teach you how to email your application and submit attachments as well.
Mhm.
Because, you know, bottom line is, especially here in rural America, some people don't have access to internet. Some people don't have
that's just,
they're not as tech savvy as others. So,
well,
and
I
we
mean,
recognize that.
And I know it was a few months ago, we talked about this, how it was surprising.
Yes.
The amount of people, percentage-wise, who really didn't know what to do with a computer, how to use
Yes.
it effectively. And I think, we live in the 21st century, but I don't think I ever really thought much about that. I assumed, and, you know, if I could do it, how hard, you know, not
Yeah.
that difficult. But it was amazing.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the problem that we live in today. And, you know, the way of the future is technology.
Yeah.
We're slowly going there, and that's great. But I think some of the problem is a lot of people want to push it really fast, which is not good because there are so many people out there that are not tech savvy. They don't own
Exactly.
computers. Some of them don't even own smartphones.
And I think when you sit down in front of that computer screen, it is intimidating, especially if you're not really sure what you're doing. You know, and I think it's not that we want you to be able to rebuild a computer or be able to write programs. We just want you to be able to say, okay, this is the mouse, this is how I move the mouse, this is how I use the keyboard, this
Yeah.
is how I attach,
And that's
this
what,
is how I write an email.
Yep.
And
And you know, we have, you know, one of the last class we was gonna talk about is our computer basics class, which is gonna teach you some of that stuff, which is
yeah.
there to help you navigate this crazy world of technology, especially if you're not
Exactly.
used to it. You know, how does the internet work? How do you use it? Learn about the computer hardware, you know, what are some of the things we have, learn some of the tutorials on this is the keyboard, this is the mouse, this is how you use certain things.
And then what's kind of cool, there's a lot of them, it's all touchscreen now.
Yes.
And it's super easy.
And you know, one of the things I learned when I was in a young lad, learning about computers, even though the computers were a lot bigger then. You know,
Behemoths.
my computer teacher told us RTFS. And I was like, what? He said, read the flipping screen. So a lot of times basic computer use comes down to following instructions, reading and following instructions. Now, granted, there may still be a challenge with terminology and definition and stuff, but you know, most problems can be solved when you're working on a computer if you just read and follow directions. So as we're sitting here talking, we just got a little shout out from Nilda Cruz.
What up, Nilda?
Yeah, hey Nilda. So whenever you're ready to come back,
Yeah.
We've got your spot ready for you.
You know, if it gets too muggy down there in Fort Benning, you want to come back to sunny southeastern Arizona. I think you still has a house here or something, or
Yeah.
it'd just be too easy to come on home.
It'd just be too easy.
Come back.
Just grab Carmelo by the ear and
Save
drag
movie.
him on. So yeah, thanks for reaching out to us,
Thanks,
Nilda.
Nilda.
We appreciate the comment and the encouragement. But yeah, I mean, here at Arizona at Work, our whole purpose is to help folks overcome hurdles and challenges for employment.
Don't be afraid to ask a question.
Exactly.
Especially if you're trying to get information on something, or, if you're not comfortable with a computer, we are very understanding. We'll show you how to do it, we'll talk you through it, but don't be afraid to get on there and start doing it on your own either.
Yeah, trial and error, sometimes that's the
Exactly.
best way. I mean, I'm not telling you to go into the settings and adjust the settings of the programs and stuff. Nah, don't mess with that. Know your limitations, that's,
Exactly.
but you can go in and you can try it out for yourself, give it a shot. But we are here to help. We have our one stop, which we have several computers, printers, faxes, copiers, internet. It's all for free, and we're here to help.
Yeah, exactly. And if you don't want to come walk in, call, make an appointment. We'll set aside a time slot for you to come in.
Exactly. We're all about trying to help you overcome any of the hurdles, whether it's technology, whether it's resume writing, whether it's interviews, whether it's effective job search applications. We are here to help.
Like you mentioned, how do I dress for an interview?
Yeah,
Ask.
exactly.
Ask.
And like I mentioned in when I shared this, and I even shared last week with the interview side of the house. We'll even do a mock interview. We'll set aside some folks, 1, 2, however many, and we'll bring you in here and we'll go through some basic questions and we'll talk to
Exactly.
you, and then we'll give you some solid, honest input.
I know with the
feedback.
interview, one of the things I did, and this goes back to days of being a soldier, going to promotion board, soldier of the month board, I would go online and I would print out typical interview questions.
Yep.
I would write a response down, and then my wife would sit down with me in the evening and she would ask me questions. And I would respond to those questions just as if I'm sitting there. And I just thought it was kind of funny. I even wrote down on a little 3x5 card, and I would rehearse that on my way to work. Because it's just you in the car, so if you...
I mean, people sing in the car by themselves.
Exactly.
So, and the thing is, whether it's an interview or anything like that, you want to practice. Even though you may be blessed with the power of gab, you can talk all day long. Sometimes we get tongue-tied. Sometimes we lose a train of thought. I've taken enough hits upside the head that, sometimes I don't even remember my own name.
Do you even know where you're at today, Eric?
I think I'm in Oz.
I take that every day.
I saw a couple of little people running through the hallway. I was ready to find the yellow brick road. But
oh my God, there's a leprechaun behind you. Watch out, Eric.
So, come on in. Let us help you out.
Exactly.
Don't be afraid. We're not here to judge. We're not here to.
We want to help. We can't say that.
Exactly. And we have resources here. We have folks that are ready to help you with your job search. Just like we talked about before, job searches can be stressful.
It is.
Even for employers, sometimes posting jobs and trying to find the right person can be frustrating.
It is, because, you want to find that person that fits in with your team.
Yeah,
And they're gonna excel in the job, stuff, blah, blah, blah. But it is challenging,
It is.
and, we see it all the time. There's people that'll come, clients that'll come into our one-stop, they'll stay there 8 hours.
yes,
They're working, they're looking for that, even if they are employed at lunchtime, they may come over because they're looking for that better career. It is very stressful. And all I gotta say, if you come in here, you're one of those clients and you're working, take breaks. It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't let it overwhelm you.
yeah, because you can easily get caught.
Exactly.
And
No, you're right.
Once you go down that rabbit hole,
There's no coming
you
back.
know, you're gonna be looking for a little girl named Alice.
Exactly.
And a magic rabbit.
Yeah. You're gonna be drinking tea with them and
Yep.
oh,
So,
man.
take the opportunity, come by and see us. We have our office here in Sierra Vista, we have an office in Douglas, we even have an office up in Safford and Clifton. We've got folks that, that's what we get paid to do, to help you to grow, to help you to learn, to help you to be
Exactly.
successful. And to be honest, some people doesn't take a lot.
No, it doesn't.
Just a
That's
little,
amazing.
just a little dust off, little polish, and they're ready. Some people it takes a little bit more,
Cause
um,
like you keep saying, it could be difficult.
It
It can
can.
be very
It
overwhelming.
can, especially, I've got teenagers at home that think they know everything and got it figured out until they
Mhm.
fall on their face and say, well, Dad, I
That
probably
hurt.
I should have listened to you.
Yeah.
Uh,
Like, say that again?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let me record this.
Who are you?
Yeah.
You're not my child.
Exactly. So, just as we've talked before, sharing information is crucial.
It is.
Everything we've talked about today, we've talked about our K.E.Y.S program, Keep Enhancing Your Success, what it is and what it consists of. Bottom line up front, it's little classes, tutorials to help you be successful.
And I know they used to tell us this all the time in the Army. Don't knock free training,
Yes.
especially if it's going to be beneficial to your career change
Yeah.
or
And
whatever your
and
plan
the great thing about this, and just like this platform that we're doing now, provide feedback. If there's something you want to know, something you think we should be offering to teach, whether you're a
Mhm.
business, whether you're a parent, whether you're a job seeker, share it with us. Let us know. It could be beneficial. Maybe it's something we haven't thought of.
And it goes along with networking. You're our eyes and ears out there, people. Let us know what your experiences are. Let us know what works for you, what didn't work for you.
Yeah.
Let us know how your interview went. What type of questions did they ask you? Or if you heard, did they ask you a question that maybe never been asked before? Let
Yeah.
us know.
Yeah, let us know so we can get the word out. We can share.
Exactly.
Sharing these stories of good, bad, and indifferent. It's the way we can succeed in building a better program.
Especially since the whole COVID thing, Linda and I, we watch a podcast, and it's interesting because he has utilized the power of social media to get the information out there, to get the news out there, and so in response, all these people have poured in, letting him know what is working, not working, that sort of stuff. So, implore you, please do that with Eric and I. Let us know.
Yeah, and even if you don't catch us live, I always share this on all the different groups I'm part of, different platforms. Give us feedback. Let us know
Exactly.
what are you interested in. If there's something more specific, if you're moving here, we've had folks even from across the
And-
country.
No, and you're right, and
You know.
especially from my veteran side of the house. If you don't know, I'm a veteran employment specialist for the state of Arizona. So my veterans out there, or spouses of the veterans, you have a question, please let me know, ask. And if I don't know the answer, I'm gonna get the answer
Yeah,
for you.
exactly. So we have great resources. Today we've talked about just one of our resources, which
One of
involves
many.
the K.E.Y.S program. We've got introduction workshop, which I highly encourage everybody, even with the slightest inclination of you might be interested in learning about us, or that you may
Exactly.
want to come use our services. Check out our introduction workshop. We have interview with confidence, effective job search, resume coaching, job applications, and computer basics. And that's just to start.
Some.
Once again, share with us. Let us know what you're looking for. If we don't have it, we'll create it. We'll come up with a way to help you overcome those hurdles. We have a partnership here at Arizona Work. We have vocational rehabilitation to help those with disabilities. We have our veterans workforce specialist here. We have adult education, dislocated workers, and we have partners throughout the community in several different places.
It's an abundance of partners.
Yeah.
More than it's just amazing.
Exactly.
The support we have within our little community of Sierra Vista.
And for all you people coming in to Sierra Vista, coming in, whether it's a PCS move as a military spouse or family member, or you're coming in here because it's better weather than Phoenix or Tucson, or you're moving from California because you don't want to get caught up in the wildfires, whatever it may be, now you could possibly qualify for our dislocated worker grants to help to get training and education and new and better jobs.
Exactly.
Industries and stuff. So check us out. Let us know. It's been great. As always.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
And now it's on you. What do you do next? What is your part in this? Well, I can tell you, it's your time to take action.
Yeah. And with some clients, like, I tell my clients, right now I'm only focusing on that 25-meter target.
Yep.
Let's just focus on that. Let's get you going in a direction, and then hopefully very soon we'll be engaging 300 meters.
Yep.
And to me, it's just very important. If, we have the tools to assist you, like you said. We want to assist you. That's what we're here to do. Come in, challenge us. Hey, let's do this.
And we're gonna spend the next couple of weeks talking about more resources. Next week, I'm gonna talk about the Arizona Career Readiness Credential, which is a credentialing program. Been out for a while, hadn't really taken off big here. And then it's even revamped ever since the pandemic. So there's more. Stay tuned. There's more resources coming. Like us on Facebook.
Yeah, please. And can't say this enough. There's major changes happening, and I think as a society we have to be able to be prepared to adapt to those. Some of them are not fun. With the whole idea of virtual, at first it was like, you want me to do what? But now, that's the way of the future, and it's not as difficult as the whole virtual does to me. Just kind of sound intimidating. It's not that bad. It could be from calling in for your appointment. You're talking to your case manager. Look at it from that aspect. It's very interesting going into a virtual world. It really is.
Yeah. And the platforms are changing each and every day.
Every day. It just always reminds me of Star Trek. I'm sorry. It really does.
BB, Scotty.
BB. Computer.
So, like we said, it's time for you to take action. Act on what you've learned. Seek help. Own it. It's your future. It's your career. And most importantly, come see us at Arizona Work-Southeastern Arizona. We have offices at 2600 East Wilcox Drive in Sierra Vista and 515 East 7th Street in Douglas, Arizona. Our office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Or call us for an appointment, 520-458-9309. We are here to help you be successful. And my screen is frozen.
Hate when that happens.
But yeah, come see us. Check us out. Like us on Facebook. Check us out on Twitter. Like us on LinkedIn. And then once again, we've also got a YouTube channel. I've been posting these videos on our YouTube channel as well. But share with everybody you know. We all know somebody who's probably looking for work, looking for a better job, looking for education and training, apprenticeships, on-the-job trainings.
Exactly.
There's different opportunities out there. There's stipulation and requirements for each every one of them. Sometimes it's based on funding. Sometimes it's based on other eligibility. But you never know until you ask.
You have to ask. And it's amazing what's available to assist a client. It really is.
Yeah, it really is. Once you pull back the weeds and you start looking, there's a lot more here than most people realize.
And again, don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah. Come see us if you want to shoot me a message on Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever. Feel free, shoot me a message. Send me a request. I very rarely reject any request. I do check out, make sure it's legit and nothing crazy, because there's a lot of wild, wacky stuff out there nowadays.
It's amazing.
And being bald and beautiful is about as wild as wacky as I can handle. So, you know.
I don't see how you get through your day, sir.
It's tough. It is.
One day at a time, sir.
Exactly.
One day at a time.
One day at a time. And great fans like our Facebook fans that keep me humble by reminding me I'm not all that.
You suck, Eric.
Yeah. Not sure who this beautiful guy is you keep talking about.
Yeah, I know. Stop it.
So we're here to help. Once again, as I share this out on social media, like it, follow us, give us your input. What do you want to hear about? What do you want to know about? How can we help you in your struggles and your journey to become employed?
Because we understand it's not easy. We
Yes.
get that. We've been there.
Yep,
And looking for a job or a career can be very challenging.
it can. And once again, we're just here to help. We don't require anything from you. We just want you to be successful. We're not going to make you sign a lifelong contract. We're not going to take your firstborn
Don't want the firstborn.
or your Halloween candy.
Yeah.
Well, depends on what you get. We may have to go through and
M&M's?
negotiate.
We'll negotiate on that one.
But yeah, thank you for joining us today for Workforce Live. Now that you've gained a little bit more information, got a little bit more guidance, it's up to you to take the bull by the horns. You know, and
Exactly.
we at Arizona at Work, we're here to help in your endeavor to be employed, and we know it can be a challenging and frustrating, to say the least, to find that job. But the good news is you're not alone. You just reach out to us. Now it's your turn. You know, we have so many programs out there. Please share your thoughts and ideas for upcoming live streams. What do you want to see? What do you want to hear? What do we need to change? What should we add? What should we avoid? Do I need a wig?
I'm honestly, well, I'd say no.
No.
Just go with your bad stuff. I can honestly, I'm really looking forward to next month, though.
Yes.
A lot of interesting things going on next month.
Yep. Next month it's all about the veteran. With Veteran Day coming up in November, we want to dedicate November to the vets. And we're gonna do a couple of things. We're gonna bring folks in from the state, Veteran Employment Assistance, and we're gonna talk about the way ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
What does the way ahead look? What is this virtual thing we keep
What does it
talking
mean?
about? Yeah, how does it look? What does it mean? How's it gonna affect everybody here in rural America? You know, we're gonna bring the big dogs in.
The big dogs.
And y'all can beat them up.
Yeah.
You know, so, but then keep in mind that although some of these programs we'll talk about next month will be strictly for veterans, a lot of them are for everybody.
Exactly.
You know,
You just have to get, you have to ask.
A lot of resources are still there,
Mhm.
you know, so really looking forward to that, you know. So we welcome your feedback. We want to work with you. We want to learn with you. Arizona at Work, we're a proud partner of the American Job Centers and Equal Opportunity Employer Program. For more information, give us a call, 520-458-9309. So a little shout out for a couple of upcoming events. Thursday, which is tomorrow, from 8:30 a.m. to 1 p.m. Dollar Tree will be holding a hiring event here at our office at 2600 East Wilcox Drive in Sierra Vista. In order to participate, I urge you all, in order to participate, you must go online to Dollar Tree, apply, fill out an application, and now they are sending out assessments. So you've got to have the application assessment done prior to coming in, or else they won't even talk to you. So I urge you, they're looking, you know, we got seasonal workers that are coming in. We've got
There's a lot.
a lot of stuff going on. Although pandemic's out there, sales taxes are making it.
Exactly.
We're doing a lot of business, and now that we're slowly coming out of the lockdowns and the shelter in place, you know, businesses are looking for people.
Yeah, now's a good time. It really is, especially if you want to reinvent yourself.
Exactly.
Do that career change. Now's the
Take
time.
advantage of the chaos and do something. Also, This weekend, October 16th through the 18th, is the 91st annual Eldorado Days in
Speaking
Allen
of
Street
which,
in
and
Tombstone.
I was gonna throw this out, cause I think you would be a really good cowboy gunfighter. They're looking for gunfighters in Tombstone.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice. So if you got the skills and you think you play the part,
yeah.
you know,
Yeehaw,
exactly.
awesome.
You know, October 18th, they, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. over at 161 Events, or Events 161 here in Sierra Vista. They're doing Sunday Fun Days Trunk or Treat Car and Bike Show.
Ooh,
And then on the 23rd of October, K.E.Y.S Serving Veterans is holding their Veterans Resource Fair at the mall in Sierra Vista from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m.
nice.
So it's a little bit of change, a different change of venue. They usually held it over at the Rothery Center. This time they're going to hold it in the mall.
We've done events at the mall. It's kind of interesting. It's
It is.
different.
It is, but I think with enough word of mouth and people getting the word out, I think it could turn into something really good.
Not only that, but you're also helping your small businesses that are in the mall as well.
Exactly.
Go see what they have to offer.
Exactly, you know. So once again, thank you for joining us today on Facebook Live, or as we like to say, E&J in the morning, / Workforce Live. We're still working on our name.
Yeah.
Give us the feedback.
Yeah,
Let us know. What would be a good name for this show?
Give you a free coffee cup.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, we might even put coffee in it.
I know.
You never know.
Not Folgers though.
No.
We'll go high end on that one.
We may go foo-foo.
Yeah, K cup maybe. I don't know.
So let us know. Give us your feedback. What would you like to see? What would you like to hear? What's a good name? What would be a good name for our show? You know, we thought E&J in the morning, E&J Workforce Live.
EJ at the cooler,
yeah,
the
exactly.
water jug, water cooler.
So the two big men with no future in entertainment.
I know,
Maybe,
no.
who knows?
I don't know. Maybe we'll get a contract and we'll go to the big time.
Exactly,
Yeah.
but we won't forget the little people.
We'll go syndicate it.
Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise warned us about the syndicate.
I know. That could be bad.
So once again, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure. We look forward to seeing you next week, same time, same channel.
Y'all have a good day.
You have a great day, and roll tide.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's when the mission.